I said the other day that I get looks of consternation when I talk about acceptance, right? Well, I get similar looks of consternation when I talk about today's benefit of mindfulness practices here on day 8 of our 30 days of mindfulness, benefits of mindfulness practices. Day 8 is tolerance. Now, tolerance, like acceptance, is maybe not exactly what you think it is, right? Because tolerance suggests that, we're going to be more tolerant of what it is that's going on, which might suggest to some that that means that we're just going to stop caring. Like we're going to like, just sort of detach ourselves so that we don't care so much that we can tolerate whatever's happening so it doesn't bother us, right? Not even close. Not even close. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Tolerance, like acceptance, is not a matter of acquiescence or surrender as much as it is the ability to sort of manage our way through the changing circumstances of our moment by moment experience. Now, there's another benefit that it didn't even make my list, which probably should have, is the awareness as we practice mindfulness, as we practice, paying attention on purpose in the present moment without judgment, moment by moment, we recognize that everything is in a constant state of change. So therefore, the ability to manage those changes is like, that's the name of the game. Like, what more could we need at that point? And so tolerance is that's what it's about. Or again, as Dr. Siegel calls it, the window of tolerance, right? Is this space in which we can, again, feel grounded and feel, steady, but we're also adaptable. Okay. Now, this window of tolerance, just like everything else in the universe, is not static, right? On days like, say, someone who's falling in love, for instance, right, has a window of tolerance that is so far wide you can't even see the ends of it, right? And nothing could bother us when we're in that state of falling in love. Everything just is so beautiful, everything's so easy, right? But let's say somebody who's going through some difficult life circumstances, a health concern, a financial concern, lost a job or something like that, right? Their window of tolerance is going to be, this skinny, like almost barely perceptible. And that could be the same person, by the way, right? They could have fallen in love a few years ago and had this wide window of tolerance, and today they have a very narrow one. And that is how it is for all of us. It's constantly changing, okay? Now, the beauty of practicing mindfulness is that we don't have to rely on the benefits, or we don't have to rely on the positive circumstances to widen that window of tolerance. That window of tolerance becomes wider through the practices. Now, importantly, let's talk about what's on either side of this window of tolerance, right? On one side is chaos, and this is according to Dr. Dan Siegel again. On one side of the window of tolerance is chaos. On the other side of the window of tolerance is rigidity. Now, I like to map that against the concepts of aversion, which feels very chaotic, right? No, this can't be happening. I can't be stuck in this traffic right now. Oh, I feel so chaotic, right? And grasping or attachment, which feels rigid, like, no, it can't be any other way but this. So I'm just telling you that to illustrate the fact that it's through those skills of acceptance and letting go that allows us to widen that window. That's sort of the mechanics of how it works. You don't need to know that, right? That's not important for you on your journey in mindfulness to even know about that. I'm just telling you for your sort of, you're just FYI, right? But the important thing to know is that doing the practices, and we're talking about 12 minutes a day or less, doing the practices widens this window of tolerance without you even having to worry about what the window of tolerance is. Okay, and the result is the palpable and sort of discernible result is that you just you're able to manage the changes that life throws at you with more grace, with more balance, with more of what makes you you. Because the problem is that when we're not in a wide window of tolerance, when we're intolerant, we go into those states of rigidity and chaos, and that pulls us away from, who we really are, right? There's this sort of defense mechanism that takes over, and it's like we're a different person. We're different to the people whom we care about. We're different for the people who maybe we work with. We're different from the people who we might maybe have an opportunity to make a beautiful connection, at the bread aisle at the grocery store. And that's the point, right? Because again, as I said, life happens moment by moment. We can't schedule when stuff is going to arise. It doesn't work that way. And so to be sort of prepared and sort of to be able to show up to life fully with openness and with excitement and curiosity, we need to be in that wider window of tolerance. And we can create that wider window of tolerance no matter what it is that's going on in our lives. Even during great difficulties, I am able to stay very tolerant because I've done the practices. And believe me, that's not just an innate skill of mine, right? That was never the case for me, okay? But it is always the case for me now. 12 minutes a day, that's all we're talking about. All right, tomorrow, and really, but really importantly, this leads to, as we do this, as we function in this way, we start to trust ourselves more. We start to trust our own intuition and our own decision making more than we do in a narrow window of tolerance. And that's going to be tomorrow's topic, trust. Okay, everybody, I wish you well, and I'll be back tomorrow. Take care.